Welcome to Cold Hard Trash CRT episode 84. I'm your host, Trash Can Jones.
And I am your host, Breeeeg.
And your mic is falling a little bit there, Breeeeg. I want to grab that. I saw it just sagging as soon as I looked over to you. 84, and you're out the door. Please don't go out the door, though. Episode just started. Please stay with us.
So, what do you know about the nightshade family of plants?
The nightshade. Isn't that the poisonous ones?
Nightshades is a much larger family than that.
Oh.
It also includes plenty of fruits and vegetables, such as bell peppers, tomatoes.
Oh.
It also includes tobacco.
Okay, so a lot less than you, I guess.
What?
I know a lot less than you, I suppose,
yeah.
of this nightshade family that is tomatoes, peppers, and also poison.
And also there's a poison, the deadly nightshade. That's the name of that particular plant.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they have tobacco. So have you ever seen that episode of The Simpsons where they make tomacco?
No.
They crossbreed tobacco and tomatoes, and they just start selling tomatoes with nicotine in them.
All right, that's pretty
Honestly, I think it's kind of cool.
It's pretty funny.
If it was, I think you can do something like that in real life. And I was talking to a friend last night, and he brought up nightshades. And there's a very specific one that grows all around like San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
It has this white flower, and it is called Datura.
Oh, yeah. I know Datura. You get that in Fallout New Vegas.
Supposedly, that is a drug that causes you to see dead people and maybe die yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just consumed by just eating the flower.
Yeah.
So
The root, specifically.
I can't tell if this is a business idea for us or conspiring against the state. I need you to help me with
We're
this.
just going to harvest Datura?
Datura tomato crossbreed.
Just get people tripping balls. You start the witch
Really
trials
bad.
over again. Just start giving people tomatoes and other sandwiches, making people flip their shit.
Yeah, well, we just need to get a farm. We need to get some tomatoes. We need to get some Datura.
Tomatoes. They're the new craze. Everybody get some tomatoes.
Yes, and since it's a tomato, right? Like we just sell them in the grocery store. It'll look identical. Maybe we can go to
and then when they figure out our ruse, then what?
I don't know, something's wrong with it.
We got the FDA after us?
Are you cooking it correctly?
I don't think we'll be able to get away with that one. I remember in...
Maybe we link up with like some dispensaries or something like that and be like, look, it grows wild in San Diego. I don't see what the big deal is. Do you want some tomato that might kill you?
That's crazy.
The BLT that kills you?
It kills you. That gives you a sixth sense experience. In Fallout New Vegas, one of the DLCs, you literally you go and find the sacred Datura root, and you have to kill the ghost of a bear. So the shaman tells you, take drugs, kill a bear.
Yep.
So
we're giving that experience to everyone. You seem to have a fond memory of that.
I guess, yeah. It'll be like, you ever seen the movie The Men Who Stare at Goats?
You've talked to me about it before.
Near the end of that movie, they just spike an entire army base's water supply with acid. And they're just like, well, everybody's on acid, so there's no use of freaking out about it, because who are you going to freak out to? Nobody's here to ground you, so you might as well just ride.
I mean, that was MK Ultra, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was lacing acid into the water supply.
No, so it was basically this guy was reporting on like part of these psychoactive experiments that the military did to try and see if there was a way to have like psychokinetic assassins be able to kill people with just mind powers. Who knows?
That's the goat thing, yeah.
Right. Who knows how much of it is actually true? Like the government did put in some, like, it's recorded. They put in like studies into remote viewing and stuff of that nature to see how much of it was legitimate. But this movie takes it to a little bit more fantastical of like, oh, the government was straight up using it, and George Clooney plays one of the super soldiers of the program
and
that
they
actually
did blow
has
up goats.
Yeah, and they did kill goats, and he's like trying to cloud burst in the middle of it. He can like destroy clouds with his mind, shit like that. So that's, who knows how much of that is like real. They're taking bits of fact and fantasizing it a bit. But yeah, I don't know if they actually did dose an entire army base full of acid, but they did in the movie.
Well, I don't think it was an army base. I think it was like a small town.
Oh, an MK Ultra, yeah, that was the whole thing of, they just experimented with acid a lot. That was like back in the 70s, I think.
Yeah.
They had a whole bunch of crazy experiments. They had one with
and it's like very related to the goat thing.
But
like it's that actually happened. Like giving it to a large population. I thought that was real.
Yeah, I don't know if they did it to a whole town. I know they had the Haight Ashbury Clinic where like people would come in and they would basically give out psychedelics. That's a very famous thing. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if that was like they gave it to the water supply sort of deal.
I need to look up on it more.
Yeah, they might have. There might have been like an experiment where like they had theorized doing it. So even if they find a document of the government theorizing doing of something, they probably did it. Mm-hmm. Some shit like that. Who knows though?
A while back, I didn't finish it because I lost my place, but I was listening to the Unabomber Manifesto and related essays on audiobook.
Nice. Good listening.
Ted Kaczynski, famously MK Ultra.
Right.
And I only made it through like the associated essays first, and then, like I said, I lost my place, and I'm like, I'll pick it up, and I will. But he says a lot of shit that I just feel like is kind of the modern in modern day would just be throwing in Minecraft on something, where he's talking about someone using an excavator to like clear a forest or something like that, and you as an environmentalist want to stop that. You should, break the heavy part. Or I forget which one it was, but you need to break like a specific part of the excavator if you want it to be inoperable. I think it was the actual bucket.
Okay.
Because of just how hard it is to like make that, or maybe it was the controls. I don't exactly remember.
Sure.
But then he goes on to say like, no, I am not literally saying that you should do this to an excavator, which is kind of true.
Right.
Like it is an analogy.
Right.
But he mailed bombs to people. Like, he's not really. Like
in Minecraft doesn't really
off of that idea. He's just saying like specifically an excavator I don't give a shit about. Do something like that.
Something like it, yeah. He's got it just in case the lawyers ever try to come after him for any of that.
Yeah. In Minecraft,
they came after him for a lot worse. Turns out, stuff that he couldn't explain away.
Yeah, they didn't get him on the excavator thing in his writings.
They probably didn't care. They probably didn't even look at it.
Look, he has plausible deniability on it.
They brought him in. He's like, listen, I got plausible deniability on the excavator thing, though. They're like, what excavator? Shut up. You're going to jail forever. You crazy asshole. What are you talking about? Wasn't he also part of the Harvard sleep studies, too? I'm pretty sure his mind was like double fried from that. So he probably got like extra fucked. Not trying to like give him any sympathy, but he was not an okay individual.
Yeah, but so I guess I'll go try and go through the manifesto at some point. But the early writings, I was like, really, huh?
He wants that plausible deniability. Sounds pretty sure of himself, is what it seems like, because it sounds like he was putting that out there because he was gonna live a long, happy life and never get caught. He was planning. Mm-hmm. He was really like planning for the future with those statements.
No, but that's the thing, is that he told everyone about the excavator thing, so now everyone in town's like locking up their excavators in the garage at night.
That's the next line's gonna be, and you should also send bombs to people in the mail. No, I'm not saying you should literally.
It is incredibly illegal to say, I want to kill the president of the United States.
Right, he just says
I
that
can say it because I'm like warning you about it, but...
The whole whitest kids you know sketch. It's like, and it would be very illegal to show a map of exactly where the best place to be would be. Cuts to the map. So illegal. Don't do it. Crazy illegal.
Yeah, rest in peace, Trevor Moore.
Yeah, it's some of the best sketches of whitest kids you know. Where are your parents? They're dead. Oh! What are you doing? Hitting this building with a hammer. It's just the dumbest, silliest shit. I love that.
I find Opposite Day comes up quite a bit on like just reels and stuff like that.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one.
Short form video thing. Opposite Day in court.
It rings a bell, but I don't remember it off the top of my head.
So they didn't really know how to end the sketch. So the end of the sketch is just two of the women in the jury just stand up and take their tops off, and then they're like, go get the DVD set for Whitest Kids You Know Uncensored. And that's just how they end the sketch. But it starts with Trevor Moore. He was in court, and like his client is super duper guilty. And he's just like, for his closing statement, he's like, before you go, and come back with a verdict, I feel obligated to tell you that Opposites Day starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then the other lawyer's like, fucking tell him that it's not Opposite Day. And then he's like, okay, fine. It's not Opposite Day. And...
But it's Opposite Day, so...
Yeah,
that means it is Opposite Day.
So the judge thanks him, and he says, you're not welcome. And it's like, oh, son of a bitch. That's the whole skit. It keeps on coming up on... It continues with that. I think it's very good.
That's really silly. I like that. Now, what about these bullets that are specifically designed to go through baby skulls? All right, now let me lay out a scenario for you. There's a biker gang coming around, and around their necklaces, they're wearing chains with baby skulls on them. How are we going to stop them?
The baby skulls.
The baby skulls biker gang. How are we going to stop them?
And someone actually does show up at
the end of the sketch. Someone does, and he still shoots a bystander with the bullet.
Yeah.
It's the best. It's the best sketch. There's so many good Whitest Kids You Know sketch, way ahead of their time, honestly. Being Comedy Central sketches like the 2000s, I feel like it was probably the only time that you could actually release something that like off the wall and like that offensive to everybody possible. Mm-hmm. Like they made so many jokes that you just could not put on TV today. You probably couldn't even get away with.
I feel like you pull the number of networks that would put that out there is fewer, yeah. But I honestly think Adult Swim.
Adult Swim might still, yeah.
Like it's not that they would necessarily have like a skit show again, but they would they'd be okay with that content. I feel.
Yeah.
You catch up on Smiling Friends?
No, I haven't seen the latest season actually. We should sit down and watch that. We started watching
actually
Archer.
am caught up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll watch it again with you, though. It's very short.
Oh, yeah? How many episodes?
8 episodes. Each one's 11 minutes long.
Oh.
We spend less time watching the entire season of that than we did this movie.
It's just goddamn Don's Plum.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, I'd be down to watch that.
Yeah.
Good time. I haven't seen the newest season of it. When did it, finish airing? I just learned that the Fallout season started a couple weeks ago.
Like a month ago, I think.
Really?
It was like a month and a half ago. Like, I watched the entire season on December 6th.
Oh, I haven't seen, anything about it. I didn't, thought I would hear something about it. But I'm hearing about it now, I guess.
Yeah.
It took a little bit. I'm probably going to wait till the end of the Fallout season to watch the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Even though I said the whole thing, I don't know if I said it to you about Better Call Saul, where I was like, I feel like I binged Better Call Saul a little too quick, where I wanted to take a break between seasons. Because, I got with the ending of Better Call Saul, I just kind of got left to the impression of Saul's just a bad guy. He was a bad guy, and he's kind of getting to that admission of it to himself. Yeah, I was bad. I fucked up. I'm going to face my mistakes sort of deal. Mm-hmm. And it's, it was man, I wonder if I had just had a pause a few seasons before, would my, view of him have changed because I sat with that view of who he was in season 4 for longer.
Well,
or season 5, whatever the season was, if I had taken a break.
Yeah, he definitely did do a lot of bad shit. He's gotten people killed. Whether it never shows him purposefully getting someone killed, but I mean, in Breaking Bad, he's totally why don't you just kill Brandon Mayhew in prison if you don't want him to talk?
Yeah,
it'd be cheaper.
You're right, especially because Walt's already kind of been. Did Walt already do the other prison hits by that point?
No.
Oh no, that's the first thing. He's Badger.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Saul's just why don't you just have him killed? It's no. He looks over at Jesse, and Jesse's like, no.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he was bringing it up, but at the end of the show, despite the fact, and it's ironic, despite the fact that Jimmy is in prison for presumably the rest of his life, he finally got a sort of freedom back from all the scheming and hiding and who he really is. He goes under a new name for 15 years or something.
He has that whole thing with reassuring Kim of nobody knows what we do besides us. So, that's got to feel like a lot of pressure, literally holding a whole secret identity, to yourself. Mm-hmm. And it probably was a little bit of relief that they got to share their secret identities basically with each other. But yeah, I think you're right. Being able to free from that, free from Saul Goodman.
Mm-hmm.
Then
he can be himself again. He's free from, I guess, the pain that he caused his brother. Mm. Because he knows that he fucked up with them. Even for all the bad shit that Chuck did, Jimmy kind of knew that he could do better.
Yeah, it's this weird thing that's kind of prevalent throughout, like, especially the seasons after Marco dies, where he's just like always checking his ring of like he's always checking, is this who I really am or who I really want to be? I feel like when he's doing that, because it's like, you know, I don't know if
That's
he's
a very good detail to point out.
he's always like, it's always in the moments where he's like, walks right into the camera, looks down, does the ring, turns back, like, is this who I want to be? No. And like that, I know who I want to be, because he said like in the first season when he's driving away from Mike, I know what stopped me. I'm never letting that stop me again. And that's that moment we're looking at the ring every time. He's like, not letting it stop me. Boop. But he kind of realizes, I think, that what stopped him was like what Mike said, doing the right thing. And it's like, yeah, that did stop him from furthering his goals, but the right thing is the right thing. You know, that should be your goal. You should realign your goals to be the right thing as opposed to, away from it.
Yeah.
I think that's eventually his realization.
Yeah, that he should do the right thing, and that he got his term
to 7 years.
7 years and a pint of ice cream every week.
No, he didn't get the pint of ice cream. Remember, he tried to get that by throwing out Howard, but they were like, no, Kim already gave us Howard. You got nothing.
Right.
And that's why he got Kim to the trial, because he's like, I got new information for Kim. That'll get me my ice cream. But that was just to get her there. So he could, yeah.
Kim is fucked.
Yeah.
I feel like Kim is fucked.
Is she? Because if that other lady doesn't pursue the civil suit, then she gets away scot-free. Like I said, they're probably never going to go after her.
She said she was going to.
Did she?
Yes.
Oh.
She's that's what she has to worry about. The thing is, she doesn't have to worry about is criminal prosecution because there's no evidence.
Right. Oops, sorry, I bumped my mic. But I thought that was the whole thing of like when she's meeting with her, she's like, you can pursue it and there's really nothing I could do. And it's kind of left on like a note of like, I don't know if I will or won't, but
I got the read that she was going to do so.
But what does she gain from it other than destroying her life? That's kind of the thing.
Revenge for what she did to her life.
But that's kind of, I feel, the whole thing that's going throughout especially the ending of the seasons. Revenge really gets nowhere. This is where it's like, is it really worth it to get the revenge if it's going to be, because even though it is getting revenge on her, she's still going to have to go to court, going to talk to lawyers. It's still going to be a legal process. It's going to be a lot of hassle, dragging up a lot of things about her husband's death. It's probably going to be an emotional process.
I mean, I don't know how much they'd really have to do all that stuff. She has a signed written confession from Kim detailing everything.
And even then, it destroys her life, and she gets an extra, like, what, $20K for the financial things, because that's really the only thing you can do to her is ruin her financially at this point, and it's not going to help her to ruin her financially. That's kind of, I think, what Kim is trying to get across. Like, you could do that, but like, what would it do for you other than give you the small victory, like the petty victory? And that's what I feel like it's all winding down at the end of the seasons of these petty victories aren't worth it.
I think they threw it in there somewhere, someone just saying like, yeah, she's going after Kim. Maybe she dropped it, maybe like she just wanted to at first, who knows. I mean, Kim was still able to walk into that prison.
Yeah, I think they talked about
bar card, but we don't know how much time that was.
No, I think they talked about that she would have to face the civil suits unless Saul brings this information that is new criminal information that could criminally implicate her, which is why they brought her down. I don't know. I don't ever think that they mentioned it specifically in that she's going to go forward with the civil suit.
I just swear I heard it at some point, but
look back.
If I like your take. And maybe she didn't do. I honestly don't think it really matters.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm getting at. I think kind of what Kim's getting at too is that it really doesn't matter whether she does it or not. Her life's not going to be any different from it. She's maybe going to feel a little bit of solace that I got the guy that got my husband or got the girl that got my husband. And
Kim probably just feels like, yep, I would deserve it.
Yeah,
kind of like in the same exact steps as Jimmy.
Exactly. It's not going to make anybody feel any different about any of the situation at all. All it's going to do is now Kim's probably going to live in a shitty motel. Probably going to have to explain a lot of things to her new husband and shit like that. And that's, I don't know. I feel like especially the scene with Mike going to Nacho's father and Nacho's literally being like, revenge, is it worth it? It's all you guys know. And what does it do? It's nothing. It's not.
It doesn't fix the fact that my son is dead.
Right. It doesn't fix it. It doesn't fix how anybody feels about anything. It just makes one person doing the revenge maybe a little bit better. And even then, only on the surface level. That's the whole shit. Like Mike always is doing that. He got his revenge, but he was always fighting with it. Was it worth it? And then eventually,
so I don't think Mike is questioning whether it was worth killing those two officers at all. I think it was totally worth it to him. Yeah, he had a little bit of hassle. He admitted it to his daughter-in-law, and she didn't say anything about it.
Yeah,
and
I feel like
it's just a pure win for him. After, yes, he lost his son and he can't get over that, but
he lost his. That's the whole thing, though. He lost his son because he was a dirty cop, and when he revealed to his son that he was dirty, he has this whole like he broke his son that makes him very emotional, and that's the thing I'm saying is he killed those guys, but he doesn't feel better about his son. He's still very broken up that he broke his son's heart and that his son is dead. Like. Yeah, cool, he feels good about it, but it didn't change how he felt about the situation at all. It didn't help anything, didn't fix anything, it just did it.
Yeah, but I don't think he's like
worried about
the revenge that he did and thinking, oh man, I shouldn't have done that. I think he was like, man, I'm going to fucking kill you for that.
Right, I think he's just wobbling on the fact of was it pointless or not, this whole thing. Because like when Nacho's dad said, like, what is revenge going to do? It's not going to bring back my dead son, and he kind of probably in that moment thought like, yeah, well, didn't bring back my son either. Was this all worth it kind of deal? Because he is the whole, before he even accepts Gus's thing as a job, he's kind of in this conflicting point of, do I want to be basically a cartel soldier? Do I want to like go down this road of being dirty for life as opposed to trying to be clean and, in my own terms?
I would believe that Mike thought about killing, Hopsky and Fence?
I don't know what their names were. The two
Fensky
guys,
yeah. I would believe that he definitely thought about the fact that he did that when Nacho's dad was talking to him. Mm. I didn't think about that before, but I think up until that point, like honestly, this dude is just like leveling concrete and like making like water sprinklers for the rhododendrons and shit like that. Like right. I don't think he feels bad at all about the killing those two cops like most of the time.
No, but
but he does. I agree. It makes him think about how that didn't fix his issue, and maybe in the fact that yes, that ended up causing pain for other people. Yeah. But their lives in itself, like he has no qualms about what he decided to do.
Yeah, no, I don't think he like feels sympathy for them, but like yeah, it didn't fix his problem. It gives him that bigger perspective of like. I'm trying to squash a pain, and what can I do to get rid of it?
And he keeps on doing all the shit. Like, yeah, he thought about it, maybe, but, like, he keeps doing this shit. Like, yeah. He continues to be just as much of a goon as he was that entire season.
Pretty much, yeah, especially he's going to, like, pick fights with all those guys, just walking home. Like, he just doesn't know what he wants to be. If he wants to like try to be this still old fighting guy, like fight for what he thinks is, believe in, or just ride out the rest of his life. Like retirement sort of. I think he's definitely one of those guys who never wants to retire, but he just can't like that kind of work you can't do when you're an old man. It's fucking crazy.
He was trying to make like I think he just wanted to make like a shit ton of money as like an apology for what his actions did to his son's family.
Right.
Really. Like, and they go over that in Breaking Bad too, where it's like millions of dollars in this offshore account in your granddaughter's name. And it's like, I know nothing about that. It's like, shit. All right, come on. I'm going to go threaten to kill Lydia. We're going to get some methylamine. Let's get this party started.
Let's get this party started, please. Yeah, I don't know if we talked about like the ending of Better Call Saul. Have we talked since I finally finished the series?
No. That was I mean, we kind of just were.
Yeah. Right? Seeing Howard meet his untimely end. Spoiler alert.
Oh, that. Yeah, no. We were talking about the ending, but you're talking about like the regular timeline.
Yeah.
Ending. Yes, we haven't talked about that either. Yeah. What did you think about Howard?
I mean, it sucks. He definitely did not deserve it.
No.
But Kim's got to feel like, hey, if we hadn't been fucking with Howard, he wouldn't have been in our apartment that night. Mm-hmm. Like, even though discrediting his character really didn't kill him at all, like, you let him down that path, action's unintentional, Mm-hmm. So, shit, that's...
I mean, it's pretty intentional.
Well, it wasn't intentional to kill him, is what I'm saying, but all the other things they did, yeah. It's so crazy to just try... So they wanted to discredit him in order to be able to just, close the Sandpiper case and get their settlement thing.
Yes, because of so much good they can do. Kim, the star pro bono case taker, can do so much good in the world by ruining this man's career. I mean, I guess not like Jimmy says he'll bounce back, and I think Howard believes it too, but it's just like, how fucking embarrassed can you make someone Like, how much can you discredit them publicly
and just not give a shit about them
through sneaking around?
Yeah, and Howard hits it on the nose. I mean, he's literally just like a person to him. Like, I think it's even evident when Jimmy says, "Oh, you'll bounce back." That's literally all he is to him, is like a person. And there's not like you have a name and you have a relationship to me, but I don't care about either of those. You're just a person lawyer, man. And if I just ruin you down, like any other person lawyer, man, you're still gonna live in your mansion, drive your nice car, and all that other shit. That's all he really sees him as. And
Howard called out the fact that they get off to it, because they do.
They do, absolutely. That's Kim's whole shit.
They want the rush,
the excitement.
And Kim was like, this entire chapter of like conniving was kind of Kim's idea.
That's what I was gonna say, is that it doesn't even happen unless Kim pushes. Because Jimmy says, "Do you really want to do this? I don't know about this," and Kim is the one that's really gung ho to go after Howard and get that money. And it might be kind of Kim's fault that Howard's dead. Not that she brought...
I mean, she definitely feels guilt.
Yeah, and she fucking should. She's like crying on the way home with the bus, finally letting it all out. Just open-faced sobbing to everybody.
Damn.
Yeah,
Howard and Lalo buried under the lab.
Yeah, that's...
Which, frankly, even with like the whole burning of it and Breaking Bad, like once you gain that knowledge, you probably could have found the body. Because the basement was still there. Unless in that time they did tear down the building, which would not be crazy.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a crazy thing to happen. Oh, this entire fucking laundromat burned to a crisp. Right. There's a huge crime scene underneath there, and we prosecuted anyone that we could find related to this. And it's a hazard to keep it up like that. Tear it down. Oh, shit. There's two more bodies under there.
You might not find the remains if you tear it down, because then you might just like get crumble bits. But yeah, no, it's a very, very striking scene. Just Howard and Lalo sharing a grave. Two very different people, but met the same exact fate.
One who killed the other.
Yeah. One an absolute criminal and one innocent bystander.
I mean, how do you feel about Gus's win?
I mean, it's pretty good. It's definitely an indicative of the thing of like Gus he's got like the planning, right? Because he had the whole thing of the scene of going to check the plug,
he hid
plant
a fucking
the gun.
in there.
He said he didn't even know if Lalo would show up there, but he's like, just in case, because I don't know what this guy is going to be capable of. The plug kick and then the shoot. I think it was really stupid to just mag dump, but Gus obviously is not a cartel shooty boy, so he doesn't kill people very often with his own hands. So
he does weird shit like injecting them and like putting bags over their head.
Or he slit Victor's throat that one time.
Yeah, that's true.
He just did that all nice and slow.
He had to prove that he had but he was much older then too.
Yeah.
Older and more hardened. Not that he wasn't like...
It was
hard first.
It was a dumb gamble to just immediately run, then like mag dump in the direction. Because if I was Lalo and that I fire 2 shots, I see him run, then I duck and cover, and then he mag dumps, and now he's fucked. He's sitting in the dark with no gun. But he's lucky it worked out for him.
Yeah.
And then the cousins.
I was gonna say after hearing your complaints, I was like, oh no, they're like around more. They do some badass shit.
I swear they knew what they were doing when Varga throws that motherfucker in reverse, and they're just like, oop, I'm gonna sidestep that, and then he just drives right by him. Like Hank didn't deserve to kill those cousins. Hank should have been dead in that parking lot. Fucking season 2. They just stood and watched that car hit them. And meanwhile, like 3 weeks ago, whenever the fuck Better Call Saul was, probably years ago, a car drives in reverse towards them, and they're like, oh, sidestep. Yes, as any normal-brained idiot would do.
Instead of just standing there, yeah.
Stupid. The cousins are pretty cool, though.
Maybe they just got 2 in their head. Maybe they just thought they were invincible by that point. Again, I get it. I truly do. Your qualms with that scene, totally get it. But I like to look at these things and I try to like understand what could, make it so someone just fucking stands there. How like they did get away with a lot of shit. They just sort of stand there menacingly, and a lot of shit just sort of goes their way.
But they walk out in front of a car, like a parked car, is at your back. Like you're walking through a parking lot. It's not like I happen to be a car right there. There are cars all around you. A car is now coming towards you. You're just going to be like, I don't have it. You have cover all around. You take 2 steps backward, you're fucking good. Like what it's so simple. It's the simplest damn thing, and that's what kills them. And then a 9mm bullet getting loaded into a 1911 also kills them. Stupid. Those cousins were so badass for all of like I should have watched Better Call Saul beforehand because it would have made me even angrier in Breaking Bad. I would have been
Yeah.
flipping the fucking table. What are you talking about? This bald, chubby, white motherfucker managed to kill these two. They crawl on their bellies for I don't know how many miles. It's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit. Hank didn't deserve that win. Hank should have been dead season 2. Gomi should have led that whole investigation in Hank's honor.
You've seen... So what do you think about the sort of raid on the rival gang that they did when Nacho was all shot up? I know this is like even earlier in the series. This is like when Gus just basically got Nacho under his thumb.
Yeah, and they just walk in with the bag full of guns.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty cool. Didn't really make sense, though, because they both walk in. One gets pinned down, and I guess everybody else in the compound just loses track of the other one, because then he comes in and saves that second guy. I don't know. You don't ever get a look at the compound, so I can't tell what they're doing. But
well, that's the thing, is that a lot of their shit is like off screen. They just like walk into a room and, and then they walk out and everyone's fucking dead. Like that's kind of what happened there.
That's cool. Yeah, that's
in a way, which is intimidating, and it kind of saves you some time. I mean, you see that shit with Lalo breaking out of his own hacienda.
Yeah. And that was done, I think, a lot better because you actually get to see a lot of the different like clever shit that he does with like his tunnel and all that. Mm-hmm. It's especially, I think, because of just where we are now with because I've seen The Raid, I've seen all of the Marvel series or the series on Netflix like Daredevil and The Punisher and Luke Cage that have all these different like choreographed like combat scenes, or not even like, you know, martial artists, like actual fight scenes that are real with like broken limbs and whatnot that are like gritty and visceral, to where the shit that the cousins do, it's just kind of like it's cool. Sometimes the off screen it happens. I want to see more though. It's not believable. It's just one of those things where it's like, oh cool, I see they're badass, but
I guess to me, I was drawn in. I sort of just saw the way that the story treated them.
Right,
I took that in, and I was like, okay, that's who these guys are.
I can accept that they are. It was just one of those things where I want to see them be badass, though. Yeah. I get that they're the badasses, and you're telling me they're the badasses, but I want to believe it. Give me a little bit more. Let me see them kill 7 people in a row. You know, and you just go bang, bang, bang as they're just walking through. Like, let me see every single kill that they do, even if it's just going to be them walking and shooting. Showing the viewer that is a lot more impactful than letting it happen off screen.
Yes and no.
It can be if it's done right.
The thing is that they have different characters in the show where like some of them you do see that, and with these ones they decided not to.
Sure. For
the most part. So that's just sort of like it is kind of just telling you. I get that, but it also leaves you to wonder, like, just how brutal are they? Like, they can't even show you that.
Exactly. And deal. I feel like it should have done, now that I've watched Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, it's kind of disappointing they didn't have any sort of, like, build-up payoff with that. Because you can do, like, what are they going to do? They're so gruesome. You always see them off screen. If you get just one little bit of payoff, or you get to see one of their torture scenes, or see what they do, and then you can go back to it. You need to let the viewer know. Otherwise, it's just like, I get that they're badass, but how badass?
That's the thing, is that they didn't give it to you once.
Yeah.
They do it all off screen. It's like feels a bit purposeful.
It is, and with something like Gus's backstory, when you're leaving it all off screen and don't give me any information on it, something like that, I like that, because then it lets my mind like wander and what could it be? But when you leave that off screen, it doesn't let me wonder what could it be. I know what it is. I just want to see what it is, you know?
Yeah.
I know what they did. It doesn't it's not a surprise to me. It's just like, oh, I wonder how bad it could have been, but I want to see how bad it could have been. And even in the aftermath, they're just showing you like, you know, bodies lying around and they're a little bit covered in blood or whatnot. You know, give me some arms chopped off, like a dude pinned to the wall and shit like that. You know, like show me a really crazy aftermath, like that shows a little bit of what they had done. Give me a little taste of it. You don't have to give me the full payoff, but give me something.
You know, what you got was cool guys don't look at explosions in their first entrance. So that's kind of who they are. Right. I get why that could be unsatisfying, but it's kind of the way they are. And I'm coming more around to the whole, like, yes, he did just stand there. He did just stand there.
Stood there. And he was shooting him, and then he was like, oh, he's driving. Well, surely, even if I keep shooting him and hit him, like, if you kill him in that moment, you're still fucked. Because you're going to get hit by this car that's coming at you. There's no good reason to just stand there. Nacho did the same shit where he was trying to drive back to him, and they're like, let me get out of the way because this motherfucker's trapped here, so we're going to keep him here.
Yeah,
he's in a parking lot. where's this motherfucker gonna go? He's just going back and forth as fast as he can. He's gonna crash his car and then just, all right, now he's crashed. Bam.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot him a bunch in the chest and then get the axe out or whatever the hell. I don't fucking. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh well, as the twins were cool, then they're just unceremoniously written off. I don't know why they wanted Hank to be a sort of hero, especially they just gave him the whole like mineral angle, and then
the mineral thing is just he has nothing to fucking do.
Yeah,
like it's proving that he can't live that life of just giving up his ideals of like what he wants to do and be a cop.
Right.
You know?
It's not just a job; it is who he is, sort of deal.
Yeah,
right.
He fucked up Jesse. And then they took away his gun and badge, and then he got shot, and then he's just sitting there like, I can't do it. I'm gonna mess around with rocks all day, and it's like, no, he can't accept that life, but he can be like, that's his life of just correcting people that they're minerals.
Yeah, I don't know, the whole Hank coming back to like figure it out. I don't know. I feel like Walt's sloppiness in that too. He left the book, right? I forget, it was the WW.
It was Walt Whitman.
Walt Whitman's book, and that's like, it gave him the clue, like that connected Walt to Gail Boddicker.
Yeah, the one that said to my
other
favorite
WW.
It was like, oh, that's Walt Whitman. He's the author of the book. Okay. The other one could not make it more clear.
The other WW, like, oh. Why would you leave that on top of the toilet, especially when Hank's around?
Nah, he's just too good to get caught.
Yeah.
He feels he's too smooth.
Well, if Hank was dead, then he would be.
And it would be kind of it wouldn't be satisfying of a story if he just got away with it, smirked, and...
Yeah, but that'd be a real story. Be Clockwork Orange type shit, and sometimes the bad guys get away.
Yeah, but I don't know. Jimmy didn't get away either.
Yeah, I guess you got to have those stories eventually where it's kind of come around to the quote-unquote happy ending. But I don't know. I like a bad ending to stuff sometimes. Because not only does that leave it as an open end potentially, because now you can correct the wrong in the story, but sometimes shit just ends up bad. A lot of times it's just things are unsatisfying, and it's like, I wish it could get more, and you're just kind of left with, shit. It drives, especially with the twins, drives me the conversation about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. If Hank had died in season 2, whenever he had gotten assassinated by the twins, whenever it was, and then basically, if everything else continued on as normal, Walt wouldn't have to tiptoe around his brother-in-law anymore. Probably, shit, would he even had to have killed all those guys in prison? Were they even gone to prison? All those guys? If Hank wasn't sniffing around so much, Walt probably could have gotten a lot smoother of a ride.
The way that Gus actually fucked up was telling Walt that he was going to kill his brother-in-law. Like, one, he could have just not told him.
And killed him, yeah.
And then, like, what are you going to do, go to the fucking cops?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like, you just don't talk to Jesse, or otherwise I will kill your family, type shit. But he could have also, I think he could have not done it. Right? Like, Hank was thoroughly discredited. Everyone thought he was crazy.
Yeah.
For going after this. Like, he got shot, and then he's, like, coming back to the thing, and he's like, this is my guy. I know this for sure. And it's like, that's the Chicken Man.
Yeah.
He comes to all of our, like, turkey trots, and like when you were in the jail,
fundraiser and shit. Yeah.
And on the jail, in the hospital, he like came and fed all the people that were there for you.
Yeah, no, I don't know why he didn't hire Saul just like to try and discredit him with whatever kind of case he was building. Probably would have been a better go.
He wouldn't have made any progress until he didn't make a single bit of progress until Gus was blown up. Until all that evidence that he did not have access to.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you got Gomi poking around, and like they got to sneak him in the laundry basket or whatever. That's not. If you're willing to do that, it must not be like that risky.
Yeah, if that's
the only thing,
right?
So he could have just let Hank live, and everyone would be like, "Oh, Hank. He seems to think that the local business owner is a drug kingpin."
Yeah, I would have just
region the size of like half of the country,
right? Yeah, I think the real fuck up was Walt just not being able to call off the Nazis. Before it comes
but I was talking about Gus's mistake there.
Right.
But then that was the first time that something really didn't go Walt's way was when Hank got killed. Like every other time, like things ended up in his way.
No, he couldn't have control of that situation.
And then Jesse's all like, he's luckier than you, he's smarter than you, he will outsmart you, and like we really should not go after him. And then they do go after him, and then bad shit happens to them. But this time, it's not that Walt gets away; it's that like when you're going for Walt, you will be in trouble.
You're gonna get hurt,
even if it's not what he wants. But every single time that someone does go for Walt, that's what happens to him.
If Hank's dead, then Jesse doesn't have anybody to go to the DEA to, so he doesn't punk out like that. Damn, yeah, Hank should have died. Would have worked out better for everybody.
They just did it way earlier.
Yeah, they just killed Hank earlier. Would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Batman could have got away.
It would have worked for Walt.
And Jesse.
But
Jesse doesn't end up as a meth slave for the Nazis for a while.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
Probably.
You can still watch El Camino at some point if you want.
Yeah, it's the last piece. I gotta go watch that.
Like I said before, it's like a series of flashbacks over like his meth dealing career, including his time in the prison on the compound, and the main story is him the moment that he drives away.
Yeah.
Like that scene where he's driving away, it's like, what the hell do I do?
All right. Sweet. But it doesn't really go into anybody else's story, though, right? You were telling me?
Only if it has to do with a scene with Jesse there. Like, it's Jesse's memories.
Right. All right. Interesting.
Yeah, nothing revealed about anyone else.
Yeah, I caught the one bit at the end of Better Call Saul. They just talk about Skylar White got her deal. So she's, I assume, doing fine.
I mean, you saw she got her deal, but like her son hates her. She lost the house. She's smoking again.
Oh, I didn't know she lost the house. Damn.
Yeah, that's like one of the last. It's her last scene in Breaking Bad is a different spot. It's not the house, and also Walt goes to the house to retrieve the ricin.
Yeah, that's right. It's all burned up. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. Just watching too much Better Call Saul. It's all getting jumbled in my memories.
But there's a new Vince Gilligan show, Pluribus, that I'm interested in with Rhea Seehorn.
Oh, is that the one where like everybody's getting infected by like that hive mind virus, and it's like the people that aren't are immune to it? So they're like a show about them. They got to try and blend in with society.
Yeah. Well, it's not exactly that, but you got the whole like hive mind virus type thing going on. She's like the only unhappy person on the world, or one of the only unhappy people on the planet, because everyone who's with the hive mind is like perfectly happy.
Right.
They seem to believe, as far as I can tell, that they just need to convince her to turn herself over to become part of the hive mind, and they're like trying to get her to do it, and she refuses to.
Huh.
So, yeah, I'm interested in seeing it.
Spooky.
Rhea Seehorn, so. You know, she was Kim, and I like how Vince has done this with Bryan Cranston from the X-Files episode that he was in, and then Bob Odenkirk from, they based something off. He got a show after being a secondary character on Breaking Bad, and then Kim was kind of a main character. She was like the second main character.
Right, it wasn't called Better Call Kim, though, so yeah.
But it is, like, Jimmy was the lead, and now she's the lead of this. I think it's nice,
Pretty cool.
People that you like to work with, you keep them around, and you find more work for them. It looks like a good production relationship, and so that enough is kind of what drives me to look into it. So yeah, I got to start it soon.
No, I'll have to check that out.
Give it a whirl.
Pluribus. I'd heard a little bit about it, but other than just the plot of it, I don't know.
Did you hear about the? So apparently in like England. The main character of the show is named Carol, and there are now ads on people's refrigerators. Very glad that
smart fridges.
Very glad that I don't have to deal with that. There's like a schizophrenic woman named Carol in the UK, and then it's like, we'll do anything for you, Carol. The Pluribus ad shows up on her home fridge thing, and ended up putting her into an episode.
What the shit? That was an ad that's like, we'll do anything for you, and they scrape the data for her name?
No, the main character of the show is named Carol. It's a coincidence.
Oh, it's just a coincidence. Okay, I thought it was like a targeted ad. That would have been crazy.
Yeah, but it's one of those things of like, I don't really know if I could blame anybody in this situation. It is unfortunate. I don't like that there's ads on fucking
Smart
like
fridges.
if there's some way to spin this to take ads off of smart fridges or like just outside of the house, not turning every single screen into an ad thing, like I would like that, but
I've heard the digital security on those is like ass too. Like they're really easy to just
hack into it, turn off your fridge.
I don't know, like that's why I think like there's only certain features that are like to the smart thing. Like I don't think the actual functions of the fridge are tied to that electronic part. I would hope not.
Why
anyway.
Would it be there? That's the thing.
I don't fucking people want to be able to just check their Twitter at the fridge or whatever. I don't know, man.
Another thing about security though is there's a lot of smart items around the people's houses that are like very not secure, and they just work as like sort of gateways into their network. So then you can hop over to like their computer or something like that.
Exactly what a smart fridge would be.
Smart fridge, smart thermostat, all this stuff.
That's weird. I don't have a whole lot of smart devices here. I
had to stop putting Wi-Fi and everything. I will gladly. I bought 500 yards or feet of Cat 5e cable in 2020. And I'm riding it ever since. I have all the Ethernet cable I need. Stop putting it on Wi-Fi.
I tried to get a smart light bulb set because I was like, you know what? Let me get one of those light bulbs that I know it's going to be a setup because I can have an app on my phone, but I could just let it on, off, and I can change the color of it or whatever. It'll be fun. It'll be a cool thing. It'll be worth it because of the effects and features I get out of it. I installed those light bulbs. They don't stop fucking blinking because even after you install the app, you have to like factory reset your light switch to get them into like pairing mode. So you have to like turn it on and off a couple times to get them to blink at a certain speed. And then you have to like Bluetooth pair like an Xbox controller, your light bulbs to your phone, which did one at a time. Because once I paired the one, it had a whole setup. And then I had to close the app, reopen it, pair a second light bulb. And then every time that I would close the app, I'd have to repair them again. And I was just like, why am I fucking doing like light bulbs need to connect to the Wi-Fi? It was just like every time they would disconnect from the Wi-Fi, the lights would start blinking. So like randomly my lights would blink.
Yeah, because you are supposed to leave the light switch on with those.
Yeah, and I did, but they would just like sometimes because I don't know if it's like the cover that was on the light was like a little too thick. Like it's in the same room as the router, but the signal was bad, I guess. And every once in a while it would just be like blink, blink, connecting, blink, blink, and connected. I'm just like, what? I got new light bulbs. Fuck Wi-Fi light bulbs. Those suck.
Yeah, did you hear about the? We have these big cloud services going down, like every couple months. And some people had recently purchased smart beds, like this, new generation of smart beds from like a startup, and they couldn't make their beds like stop heating. Or like
what?
Yeah, it's like a heated bed type thing.
You could make it stop heating.
I think it's like the leaning up.
Sure, it can lean you up and like put your legs up and shit. Yeah,
different like hardnesses or whatever. But there's a heater in it, and they couldn't turn off the heater.
Why did it turn on in the first place?
They wanted it on.
But how did
but
you?
But then it disconnects from the cloud. It can't receive any commands.
Oh, so they turned it on, then it disconnected to the cloud. Just terrible timing. Okay, I thought it disconnected from the cloud, and then it was like, all right, disconnected. Heater activate. It's just like
it's a fail-safe.
Yeah. It's like, what the hell kind of bed is that? Self-destructing in 5. It starts heating up and starts on fire. Like it's part of the manual. If you disconnect your bed from the Wi-Fi for more than 24 hours, we recall it.
We did not learn enough lessons from the Juice Arrow.
Oh god, that wasn't even like a blender. It was literally just like a hydraulic press for juice packets, right?
But it would only work with their proprietary juice packets that would check a QR code and see if it's not expired, because then it will also not do it. And then there's the one video that made it on the news of someone just squeezing the pack with their hands.
And got more juice out of the Juice Arrow.
They're fucked. They threw all this Wi-Fi bullshit on there, and it made the thing worse than a normal, non-smart device. And that's kind of how I feel about smart devices in general.
Yeah, especially trying to throw like AI
more points of failure
stuff into things. Like when you're trying to all these AI responses on Google. Every time I search in Google, do you want to go into AI mode? No. Half the time I have to scroll past your bullshit AI response to go to the Wikipedia. Just give me... It used to be that thing they would pull up would just be an excerpt from the Wikipedia article.
Or whatever the first website that comes up
and
is.
That would be useful. But now it's just AI bullshit.
Just like working... This is the first time that we're using my laptop for this with the webcam and everything. And we were looking up stuff for OBS, and it came up on Google and it's like, press the Alt key. On a Mac, you can press the Option key, and then there'll be these red borders that come up, and you can click on those, and the red borders don't come up. There's a whole bunch of shit that doesn't work on Mac.
I was looking
and it
how
can't specify what I'm trying to look for with the Mac.
I was looking up on how to just zoom on the webcam, and I was looking in a Reddit forum. It just the comment started with, "Get ready for all the workarounds and the worst experience you've ever had, because a Mac is not made for a streaming device."
And that's a clear answer. You ended up finding it on Reddit. Fair, but the AI, it doesn't.
You can't ask that question to AI, right?
It won't work. It just starts thinking, well, this is how it's done on an Apple, or this is how it's done on a
Windows machine,
machine, and then this is the translation to Apple. And to be fair, the control thing did work, but the red border didn't show up.
Yeah, it's probably just for an earlier version of Streamlabs. Like it was probably pulling from whatever forum post that it got that info from, or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It makes it hard to check the context.
Yeah,
I don't like them.
It makes you have to check the context now. Like unless it's just one of those facts, like a very easily checkable one, like what is the capital of this? It's literally just recall knowledge fact. Then I can't go to the AI. Even then, like I have to double check.
There's still some good things that come out of it, like especially the early ones. With the putting gasoline in pasta type things that it was telling people to do. And then there's the one where someone's looking up a networking issue or something like that. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, this networking issue is known to be caused by these certain things. One Reddit user says, kill yourself. And then it just keeps on trying to describe the issues.
Just a little scrape from Reddit, a little excerpt. If you went to Reddit with this problem, here's what you get. Pretty accurate. That's pretty good, though. Oh, we're getting a low battery symbol for the computer, so I'm going to start this episode, start it down, rather, because I don't want to end it into the void. So thank you for listening to this episode of Cold Hard Trash, CRT, episode number 84. If you enjoyed it, leave us a comment, rate, and love that, because we love you, and we want you to love us. Please, thank you.
Thank you, bye.